The Eldari, for some reason, are going to be tangoing with the Ordo Malleus today. We've got Adila going to be playing as the Farseer here on Sewell Frontier, and Mickey playing as the Demon Hunter with his lovely bolter. IST and Guardian's going to be lining up against one another here. I'd like to see who wins that firefight. I'm not sure. Pretty sure Guardians do more DPS, but the IST having 4 models means... Probably depends on when the IST lose their models. If they kill one of the Guardians early, and the Guardians don't manage to kill one of these guys for quite some time, I bet the IST could take it. But the Guardians probably win most of the time. Are we going to see the fight? It's not going to be a fair fight. The IST are going to open up while the Guardians are capping. Yeah, now the IST are going to win. Getting a load of free shots. So it's Banshees versus Strike Squad, and it looks like the Strike Squad don't proc any specials, which is sad. Though both of them could proc specials. Ooh, that was a big special from the Strike Squad there. And it swings it. I mean, obviously, you would kind of expect the Strike Squad to win that, given they cost more than Banshees, and the Demon Hunter was weighing in with Bolterfire there. Not really worth it for Adila. I'm not sure why he took that engagement. I don't know. You know, the Farseer was busy capping. Strike Squad do have Stormbolters, so they kind of punish you for trying to run away, and also you could get caught then by the Rift Terror as they pursue. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have just retreated. I'd have just accepted it and retreated out rather than taking the bleed. Managed to kill one of the Banshees there with the Stormbolters before the Farseer got into combat. But yeah, now both these Ordo Malleus units going to have to get out of there. The Demon Hunter caught out by the Banshees. Not where he wants to be. So yeah, we've got double Banshees for Adila. Pretty interesting. You would expect to see Spirit Stones. Once again though, unfortunately Adila is messing up his micro up top here. He keeps getting his Guardians caught out by IST. Man, this is a pitiful melee fight. Both units do pretty terrible melee damage here. But again, because the Guardians lost their models and started getting shot before the combat started, the IST are going to win. So Adila just needs to pay a bit more attention there. But Mickey not really given the opportunity here to even get out properly onto the field. He can't even fully reinforce his Strike Squad. I mean, he needs to go back and just do that. Because 2 Stormbolters, I'm afraid, is not going to contribute too much against these Banshees when they've got the melee resist from being in melee with the Generator. Purgation are a choice here, pretty obvious right there, an anti-melee unit, good splash damage at close range and an ability that can do spike damage and a slow to single entities, like that very annoying Farseer, who, rather interestingly, hasn't opted for what you would typically expect. So there are 2 options if you go double Banshees for your Farseer normally. You go the Fortune Armor to make the Farseer really tanky and just overwhelm the enemy with a load of tanky melee bullshit. Or you go Spirit Stones because you get a big AoE heal which can potentially heal 10 Banshees at once, which is lovely in a melee fight. But Adila has gone for neither, he's actually gone for the Ghost Helm, which, yeah, I'm curious to see how he intends to use this. I mean, the on-demand suppression from afar can grab the Strike Squad, pin it down, and then your Banshees jump on top of them and rip them to pieces. You can use it to control the Purgation as well, stop them shooting while your Banshees run in. But it does immobilise the Farseer. You could also stop the Purgation shooting if you just put Fortune on the Farseer and ran him into melee. Though I guess the ability would sort of negate that. It'd slow her down and do a load of spike damage. So maybe controlling them from afar and not taking so much damage would be better. I don't think they managed to use it there in time before she got into melee. I don't actually know if they can use it when she's in melee. Let's see. I'm just not sure whether that stopped it or they just decided to retreat. Going for the model that she was slapping. Doesn't get it. Sad. So there you go. Banshee's going to get onto the gen farm once again though. Rotation of this side. Could have done with a Rift Tear a bit earlier here to slow these guys down before they got into melee. Because remember, once they're in melee with the Generators, at that point they're going to take less damage from ranged attacks. So this bleed right now is not very effective. A bit brave of these Banshees running into melee with the Strike Squad. They are Tome of Titan, upgraded with the bolter nearby. Now obviously we do have aspect Banshees here, but yeah, they both got their upgrades. With the bolter nearby, the Strike Squad will still win this. Banshees have got the speed. And they're cheaper. Only slightly, but they are cheaper. And you can kind of tell the Eldar have got the speed here, can't you? We're constantly watching the battle on the side of the map that Mickey is in. Grenade and retreat. Ah, oh, Adila. Doesn't need it. Oh shit, yeah. Ghost Helm. That's why he was waiting around. I was wondering why he wasn't going out of infiltration to melee that guy. Because he knew he could snipe it guaranteed with a Ghost Helm. 100 damage in retreat though. No. 40 heavy melee damage every second for 6 seconds. Does it really do 240 damage? That seems like a lot. Really? That's incredible. Well, there you go. Purgation moving in. Nice AoE damage there. Holy shit. Wow, absolutely rinsed those Banshees there. Damn, they needed to attack from a different angle. That was not good, both of them getting hit by the incinerator. They got roasted. Jeez, beautifully played there with the Purgation. What a great purchase. Man. Adila going for an extremely light tier 1, but ironically you get into tier 2 slower than Mickey. I'm not sure if he was late to drop down his gens or what. But Mickey's going to be going tier 2. I mean, Mickey as well, obviously, not going super heavy in tier 1 here. Both these players only getting 3 units. That is not common in the contemporary meta. I'd say 4 is the most common, and personally when I play, I like 5 most of the time. But there you go. Rift Tear. Beautiful Rift Tear. Oh, and a Banishment. Again, Banshees charging en masse into the incinerator. The Strike Squad guarding right now at the front, tanking. Whilst the incinerator can do all that damage. Fucking beautifully executed with a Rift Tear as well. Guardians do manage to pick off one of these Strike Squad, but they need to get out of there. They're going to get chopped up. Ghost Helm again. Going to take out this dude at the back, I guess. Yep. And then the Farseer runs away. I guess the Ghost Helm, you could say, has been worth it. Played a couple of Grey Knights and killed a Demon Hunter. That's pretty good. But the AoE heal from the Spirit Stones would mitigate the AoE damage from the Incinerator on your Banshees. I have to say, I'm not a fan of how Adila is using the Banshees. He keeps blobbing them both together such that the Incinerator can hit both at once, whereas if you hit from one Banshee here, one here, then he has to pick a target and then the other one gets in melee and dices them up. It'd also be harder to Rift Tear and hit both of them. But yeah, he's been falling into that one. Sergeant on the IST, matching the battle equipment upgrade and the Guardians, and it is of course the Rhino coming out right now. Ghost Helm again on this guy. Oh, very close to killing him, not quite. Gonna reinforce off the Rhino. Strike Squad a little bit outnumbered down here. 10 Banshees versus 3 Grey Knights. They've got to get out of there. Only 2 now. No Wargears on the Demon Hunter, and it's going to be Spiders for Adila. There it is, the Heavy Bolter upgrade there on the Rhino. Transporting some Purgation around. We do have the Banshee Exarch now. Note that both these Banshee squads do have the aspect of strength, so that's heavy melee Executioner Spears on their Exarchs. But of course, if you play it properly, they shouldn't catch the Raids back, unless we see a Haywire Grenade from the Wart Spiders, and the aspect of the Wart Spider is the first purchase here, which will give them access to the Haywire Grenade. And of course we see a nice Webway Gate to facilitate getting them onto the front lines. But again, once again, look at this. Look at all the models on these Banshees, yet they're only on half HP. A Spirit Stone's heals right now would have been beautiful. But not going to get it. Not going to get it. Banshees shred the Purgation there. Now they've got their Exarch and both of them were in retreat. That was pretty scary. There goes the Haywire. Both of the Executioners should be able to do something. Currently getting path blocked. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, they get it. They get it. Wow. I thought the path blocking might have screwed them there. I mean, it was a last minute thing, but they got it. 2 Banshees getting out on that squad. 3 Banshees on that one. I think it might be time to swap out the Ghost Helm. I don't know. I just feel like now you've got both these Banshees. Level 2 with full upgrades. The benefit of having the Spirit Stones heal would be exponential, because these guys are going to lose their models a lot later. Mickey is doubling down on the AV here. He's going to go for a Dreadnought. Not on the AV, on the vehicles. Not really seeing too much from the Demon Hunter yet. I mean, he's just been running around pew-pewing. He has had a couple of decent Rift Tears, to be fair, but no other upgrades on him. There are no Rangers on the field, so you could go for the Brain Mines, which should do nice AoE damage to these Eldar, which once again would be mitigated by the Spirit Stones, which Adila has not got. You guys must think I have a Spirit Stones fetish. It does seem like they'd be very good right now, and look at the sheer damage they're opening up with. Quite a brutal special attack. Casting Psychic Fortress there on the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers just to slow down these Banshees and make sure for sure that they didn't wipe that squad and retreat. That would have probably been GG. I mean, if nothing else, Mickey needs these guys to repair this Dreadnought that he's got. Inferno Cannon by default on the Dreadnought. Adila's going to respond with a Guardian Weapons team. Presumably that's going to be a Bright Lance. And the Banshees just snag another generator and get out of there. Probably would have been wise to send one of the Banshees down south to take these points. Map control for Adila is actually kind of lacking because he's blobbing all of his forces to fight. Justicar now present on the strike squad. Good God, man, the damage of spiders. And remember, this is heavy infantry that gets a nice defensive buff against their damage. These guys just do such bonkers damage. Scary. These IST need to be very careful. Spiders, wakey wakey. Some victims here for you. So Inferno Cannon is going to try and put some pressure on the gens. This is very risky, you know. He does have 20% melee resist, but we do have double Howling Banshees. You could also see Singing Spear on the Farseer for more heavy melee. Where is the Spider Squad? They're here. Okay. Yeah, Dreadnought needs to leave. Guide on the Bright Lance. A little bit poor execution, to be honest. Yep, late with that. He only gets one more shot in. He should have had that in straight away. He's finally going to the Dreadnought Claw, realising he can't get the Gem Bash off that he wanted. But this is not good. He's lost so much HP. Grey Knight Librarian coming out, but Bright Lance is still in play, so really he can't hang around here. Okay, Sanctuary is going to save the day here. Yeah. Banshees are going to turn to the Terminator Librarian instead, who's going to retreat out. And the Grey Knight Dreadnought lives, but you've only got one repair unit. Unfortunately, the Demon Hunter can't repair, so that's a lot of HP that he's going to need to repair Mickey here. So I'm not sure quite how that's going to go down for him. This is not looking good, I have to be honest. What are the spiders doing? Oh yeah, they're down bottom capping. Yeah, so we've got a Hellfire Dreadnought here. Plasma Cannon and a Bolter. Is he going to die? Oh my god, he must have just gone out of range. Yikes. Bang! Nice hit with the Plasma Cannon there. Bolter's popping a few models. Yep, after softening them up first. I'm not sure what the Banshees are doing hanging around here. I was just going to say, lucky to not lose the Exarch, and the Librarian just slices her at the last second. Yeah, not great. And another hit with a Plasma Cannon could be pretty brutal here. It's kind of a nice synergy with the Sub-Commander. He doesn't care too much because he's only a single entity, so hitting him with a big AoE blast doesn't do that much damage compared to a squad, which will get wrecked. So you just kind of bait the Banshees to hit him. You're not too scared if you keep Sanctuary in the back so that they can't chase you and retreat. You just pop that before you retreat. And then when the Banshees surround him to melee, you blast him with a Plasma Cannon, and the Banshees take a lot more damage than you do. Fortunately, it doesn't help against these spiders, who are still proving to be rather problematic. Strike Squad, though, are also proving to be problematic. It's clear that the Eldar... Oh my god, the spiders killed the fucking Terminator Librarian on retreat with the Power Blades. Yikes. Oh man. Oh, that's bad for Mickey. Mickey actually has a crazy amount of resources, though. What the hell? He's got low upkeep relative to Adila, and he's bleeding a lot less, but both players could go tier 3. Mickey's going to go for a Vindicare Assassin. Bit of a weird choice against spiders. Guided spiders will mince this guy. There's no vehicles. Generally, I find the Vindicator Assassin is very good AV, but quite mediocre as anti-infantry for cost, ironically. And still no Demon Hunter upgrades either. One Banshee falling and one Grey Knight Strike Squad model falling. That's a good situation for the Grey Knights. And the Demon Hunter running into melee as well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we might want to see some war gear here on the Demon Hunter. I was talking about Brain Mines earlier since there were no ranges, and I think that would be effective. There is the possibility of the Farseer using her Farsight Global to detect those Brain Mines, but to be honest, Adila's been making really good use of Webway gates, so that's been draining a lot of his red, and if he uses the red to use Farsight a lot to help counter your mines, then it stops him building Webway gates, so it's probably not that bad of an idea, right? It's a very cheap war gear. I'd get the Brain Mines. Start throwing them everywhere. Very low cooldown on it too. I'm quite curious to see what the Vindicator is meant to be doing here. I'm getting the Chameleon stealth suit. Having to run away because Mind War is still in play. That'll be pretty scary for sniping him on retreat too. Odd to go for the stealth suit prior to getting the improved operations upgrade to give him more HP and HP regen. Generally that would be a priority over the passive infiltration when in cover. We'll see. I mean, he's trying to bleed Adila. He got a very nice Exodus round shot on the Banshee Exarch there, who's now at risk of being killed. Wow, she gets out alive. She must be so low on HP. Okay, Grey Knight's doing Grey Knight things. Fending off hordes of Xenos without losing a model. Pretty beautiful for them. Mickey is going to get tier 3 first. What's he going to go for in tier 3? What's Adila going to go for? Adila... I think you want a Prism, even though this cunt's on the field. I'm not too bothered if you've got Time Field on the Farseer, which I consider... Yeah, it's got to be the most overpowered war gear in the entire game. It has to be. What is better than Time Field in the Farseer? Please tell me a better war gear. Yikes. Bad retreat path there for the Guardians. Should have fleeted and gone upwards. Bit of a panic retreat there thanks to this thing firing in on them. Led to their death. But yeah, I think with Time Field, he should be alright with a Prism to counter this aura of Automar. The Grey Knight Terminators will be a problem, but I'm not sure that there's a great answer to them. You can go Gravblade with Seer Council. You have double Banshees. I think that should be sufficient. The Fire Prism will do something to them from afar. Chip away at them. Could use the Fire Prism to bait in the Terminators and then catch them with the Gravblade and chop them up with double Banshees. I really think he needs the Spirit Stones to scale these Banshees into the late game. Psychic Fortress once again controlling these Shis, as you can see. It is very good to use to protect yourself on retreat from Banshees. That AoE speed debuff that it gives, and also drains energy, which is nice. Nice against the Eldar, they've got a lot of abilities. Stops these teleportings often, stops the fleet of foot from the Banshees. Drains the spells on the Farseer. Another big hit from the Dreadnought there. But no models lost, unfortunately, for Mickey. Just going for the hairwire, was it there? That was a bit weird. Yeah, Vindicator is very interesting to watch just as an anti-infantry unit. I don't think it's very effective. Did it kill a model there? I don't even know if he did. And Adila just fucking base raping at this point. It's funny, he's been on this gen farm constantly, but there's still quite a lot of gens in, a lot of power in reserve for Mickey, and he is going for the Terminators. What is Adila going for? Is he... Okay, he's going for Seers. But look, dude, if you get Seers and you don't get the Spirit Stones, I'm gonna rage. Like, dude, come on. Time Field is, yeah, obvious, no-brainer. So fucking good. And Time Field is amazing against Terminators since they can't retreat out of it. Any unit inside the Time Field, friend or foe, other than the Farseer herself, cannot attack and has a speed debuff, including vehicles, including fucking tanks, guys. It's mental. So yeah, that is pretty devastating against Terminators if they're out of position. You can shoot at them, no problem, but you can't melee them with Banshees or Seers though, which is why honestly I probably have gone Fire Prism. But I mean, Seers and double Banshees is going to be able to 1v1 Terminators. The problem is it's not going to be a 1v1. This Dreadnought's still been a bit of a cunt, causing a lot of bleed. And Adila's committing so deep right now to try and kill this thing, but he's just bleeding like crazy. The IST, yeah, okay, they lose a couple of models here and there, big wow. But you've just mass routed most of the Eldar army. And you just got a few hundred damage on the Grey Knight Dreadnought, which can be easily repaired by the IST whilst they're healing base. So, a bad engagement for Adila, really, especially when he doesn't even have control of the map. Look at all these points he needs to cap with the Banshees. Demon Hunter getting caught out by the Seers here, though, and knocked over. Can they get away? Yeah, it looks like he will. Now, obviously, this is the problem. He needs to consolidate all of his melee together to deal with the Terminators. But at the same time, he needs to cap the damn map. It's hard to do both. And these guys can kind of solo any one. Well, they can't solo the Seers, but they'll solo any Banshee squad. Or any other squad, basically, other than the Seers. Which makes them very awkward when the Grey Knight is side capping with them. Oh, Mickey hasn't seen the Webway Gate. He needs to destroy this or double Banshees are going to come out and slap him. He doesn't have the Justicar either, so they will actually get beaten by one Banshee right now. Too late, Mickey! Run! Run! Oh, fucking hell, he's using orbital bombardment on the Webway Gate. That is a terrible idea. What the hell, Mickey? Are you out of your mind? They just dodge it by getting in the gate. Doombringer, okay. That's an alternative to the Grab Blade. I think the Grab Blade would be more reliable to kill the Terminators, but sure, you can doom them if they take a bad engagement, but as we're seeing, Adila is constantly split up. I don't know how he's going to get himself in a spot where all three of his melee squads are together to jump these fools. Not sure. Finally an upgrade for the Demon Hunter. He's got the Force Glaive. We'll see how that does. I don't think this is a good engagement. Yeah. The Eldari already on about half HP by the time they met the Terminators. Not ideal. Yikes. Where did the spiders go? They got forced off by the Vindicator and the Demon Hunter. I'm not sure what the plan is here, Adila. D-cannon. A D-cannon? Well, I'm not sure about the D-cannon. I don't really see the point of that. It's got no line of sight right now. It's got no red either, does Adila. Wow, look at the HP on these Banshees. What are they doing? Yeah, the HP on everything is really low. Why would you not go Spirit Stones? What? That was... Oh, that's a Rift Tear. That's not a Time Field. There's a Distort Cannon. Singularity. But... fighting Grey Knights, so it doesn't do that much. If they were Guardsmen, they'd all get gibbed, but these guys are way too tanky. I don't know why he has not got Spirit Stones. This is absolutely bizarre. Look at the damage coming out of the Storm Bolters on these Banshees. He's going for the Dreadnought. Adila, you have Terminators on your ass. You do not have time to kill the Dreadnought right now. And the D-cannon gets wiped by the Force Glaive Demon Hunter in the back, who's now got the Armor of Fortitude. That'll be nice to stasis out the Terminators, which will be a very good counter if they get time fielded. Psychic Fortress. Stalling again. Pin the Seer Council in place so the Terminators can go crazy. See, Council putting up a beautiful fight here. Terminators were kind of messing around a lot there. But they get him. And the super heavy infantry armor of Terminators shrugs off Warp Spider fire like it's nothing. Literally, imagine spiderwebs shooting at a Space Marine. That's what it's like. Don't do shit, boy. Don't do shit. That was a very, very bold jump by the spiders. I'm going to call that ambitious. Yeah. Adila, that was very silly. And now there is a Warhammer Razorback in the way. I'm afraid Adila is screwed and has really let the craft world down here. All those centuries of studying and training. This Farseer must be about 80 IQ. She's a little bit slow on the uptake. I do think Prism was the way to go here. This thing has been an absolute nightmare. And I think Adila's been kind of obsessing over it quite a lot as well. Now, I do question the necessity of it. Bright Lance is in play and it doesn't have guide. Why did it not have guide? The Farseer was literally stood there capping a point. Just drop fucking guide. And once again, it's going to sneak out. Okay, well, for some reason it stopped and turned around, so it didn't sneak out. But there you have it. So that's the time field. Stopping them from getting any kills on the retreating Banshees. But now how are you going to deal with this Vortimer? You struggled to kill a very immobile ranged walker. I'm not sure how you're going to kill the Vortimer. Yeah. Just go into melee, guys. Bang. Finally, the grab blade. But no Spirit Stones. I can't believe it. Why would you not get Spirit Stones if you've got 3 squads of melee with very high models and very high HP per model? I mean, what has the Ghost Helm done in recent times? It's not done shit. Doesn't make any sense. Nice little stasis from the Demon Hunter and retreating back to his Terminator buddies. Inferno's probably off cooldown now as well, so these Banshees are going to be in a bad time if they try and gank him. Oh, wow. You got 2 of them with a special attack there. Brutal. I don't even think they're going to finish the cap. Holy shit. They're dead. Fuck me. I don't know what happened down here. But these guys are all getting wrecked as well. Adila going for a tier 3 Wraithlord. That's pretty yikes. You needed the Fire Prism, it's as simple as that. I mean, look, you've got Time Field, so if the Vortimer rushes your Fire Prism, which is the main problem with Fire Prisms, they're kind of like tank hunters, so if they get rushed by a mainline battle tank, which the Vortimer is more similar to, they will just lose the 1v1. But if you have Time Field, then you just shut the vehicle down by stopping its rush, by pinning it in place and making it unable to shoot. And then it can't really get out either because it's snared. So as soon as it tries to retreat out, you're just going to kill it with your Prism, with its long-range shots. So it's not really that big of a concern, to be honest. And it would have dealt with that Dreadnought a lot easier, where you wouldn't have been bleeding so much. Yeah, I don't know. Where the Terminator's gone? Okay, they're coming back over. Psychic Fortress once again, trying to keep the Demon Hunter in play to open up that, whilst the melee was snared. Pretty beautiful. Terminators do need to go into melee though, I think they're stuck in range stance. Yeah, and then he stasis out. By the time the stasis ends, he'll probably have Inferno again for big AoE damage and knockback. I mean, yeah, just dominating this stupid Eldar. Prism at last. We're too late. I don't know what the D-cannon was all about, Adila. That was a very strange play. Even ignoring the fact that he just let it die to the Demon Hunter running into melee, which was questionable. I don't know what it was trying to do. We've even got Crusaders for crying out loud. Yikes. Just way too many units for the Ordo Malleus now. It's going to be impossible for the Eldar to keep up map control. And the Vindicator, fair play to him, got level 2 in the end. Nearly level 3. So he was relevant. Weird choice though. Ah, Prism. Shooting at Crusaders instead of Warhammers. Sad times, man. Stormbolters make Banshees cry. Halberds make Banshees die. Did we... Okay, we've got the Minister and Priest on the Crusaders. Let's see how they do with their Battle Frenzy against the Seers. Special attacks could be a problem. Oh, they're immune to knockback while the Frenzy's active? Shit. Forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Well, Adila predictably did lose in the end. Just fallen behind on the eco, slowly started using units one by one. Didn't really get any good applications of Time Field off, and no Spirit Stones heal, so I can't really... What more do I need to say? But yeah, good to see the Ordo Malleus stomping Xenos. It's not their job, but you know, if they need to do it, they can. Tell me down below in the comments if you enjoyed that one, folks. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. I am signing out.